In this video, I'm going to walk you through building a complete, professional-looking website using AI. And the best part? You can host it online for free. You don't need to be a coder to follow along, you just need a clear picture of what you want. And that starts with one thing, a good specification file. I actually used AI to help me write this spec file ahead of time, so we don't spend the whole video on it. I'll link it in the description if you want to use it as a starting point. Basically, I'm telling the AI to act like a front-end developer and deliver everything in a zip file. No complicated setup required. Here I'm describing the look I want. Modern, clean, something that feels like a tech lab, using a dark theme by default. The website for our YouTube channel, Light AI Lab, should have 3 pages: Home, About Us, and Contact Us. On the home page, we will list the channel videos. Each video will have thumbnail, title, publish date, full description, duration, tags, and a link to the YouTube page. I'm asking for a tag-based filtering system for the videos, as well as a search feature that looks not only at the video titles, but also inside the descriptions and tags. The user will provide the JSON file containing the video details. This part is important because I'm defining the exact data format the website should use. This way, when we add our real content later, everything will just work. I'm instructing the AI to automatically resize and adapt the provided logo, and to generate all the necessary variants for both the favicon and the main logos. We can even specify the exact file structure for the project. Finally, we make it clear that the output should be delivered as a zip archive containing all the generated files. Alright, let's head over to Claude. I'm using the Sonnet 4.5 model here since it is really good at writing code. I'm uploading 2 things, my specification file and my channel logo. Claude will actually use this logo to create the website icons automatically. Now for the prompt. It's pretty straightforward. Use the attached specifications and logo to build the website and return the zip archive file. I enabled extended thinking to improve the quality of the output. Also, for transparency, I'm using Claude with a paid plan. Watch this. Claude breaks down the task into 34 separate steps, handling the page structure, the styling, making it look good on phones, all of it. And just like that, it's done in less than 2 minutes. Let's download it and unzip it right here on my desktop. This is what separates a chatbot from an AI agent. Claude didn't just answer a question, it executed 34 consecutive actions autonomously, interpreting requirements, generating multiple files, processing the logo into 8 favicon variants, and packaging a production-ready website, all from one prompt. Let's open the index.html file. There it is, a fully functioning website. We have our logo, our pages, and even a light dark theme switch. The subscribe call to action button takes us directly to our YouTube channel. Here is the video section. Each video is displayed with its relevant data, along with a search feature and a tag-based filter that works exactly as expected. The About page is also functional and displays some nicely structured content. The footer looks clean and includes several useful links. On the Contact Us page, we have a clean form that uses Mail.to to send emails. If needed, this can easily be connected to an external email service provider. Finally, we have a smooth accordion feature for the frequently asked questions section. Let's open the project folder in VS Code and take a look at the structure. We can see the Assets folder with a clean and well-organized hierarchy of folders and files. Claude even generated some images that we can use as background visuals for different sections. And keep in mind, all of these files were generated from a single chat prompt in about 2 minutes directly in the browser. The JavaScript code lives in its own dedicated folder. The HTML follows a clean, modern, and well-organized structure. Here's the file called videos.js. This is where our video data lives. Right now it's just sample data. We need to swap this out with our real YouTube information. To get our real data, we'll use Google Gemini. I'm just pasting in the links to my recent videos. I'm asking Gemini to pull out the details and format them exactly the way our website expects. Let's submit this and wait for the result. I'll speed up the process. And there we go, titles, thumbnails, descriptions, all formatted and ready to use. It even pulled the real thumbnails from our videos, and all the data is accurate. Remarkable. I'll copy this, head back to VS Code, paste it into that videos.js file, replacing the old data. Now let's refresh the page. And just like that, our real videos are showing up. We also have real tags that we can use for filtering, and they work. The search feature works as well. If we search for Windows, we only see videos related to that topic. If we search for llama, we see just the 2 relevant videos. The same goes for the Claude search term. When we clear the search, all videos are visible again, and if we click on a video, it takes us directly to the correct video on YouTube. Nice work! Now let's add our specification file to the project. We want to push the entire project to GitHub. Let's head over to github.com and sign in. Now we create a new repository and name it Light AI Lab Website. We'll leave all the configuration options as they are and click Create Repository. Next, we copy the first command from the list to set our remote origin. But before pasting that command, we first need to initialize the local repository using the git init command. If you're new to Git, don't worry, we have some great tutorials on our channel. I'll link our Git tutorial playlist on screen and also in the video description. And finally, the push command. Now, here's a mistake a lot of people make, myself included. I try to push right away, and I get a confusing error. The reason is simple. I haven't actually saved any changes yet. There's nothing to push. The fix is easy. First, we stage our files using git add. Then we commit them. Now Git actually has something to work with. Let's try the push command again. Success. And finally, let's refresh our GitHub repository page. All the files are now committed, including our nicely written README file. Let's publish the website online for free using GitHub Pages. I'll show you the simple way first. Go to Settings, then Pages, and choose Deploy from a branch. Deploy from a branch means that GitHub publishes your website directly from the files in a selected branch. We'll just choose the main branch and click Save. And just like that, we've triggered the first deployment process. This method is perfect when you want the simplest setup: static files in a branch or folder, and GitHub takes care of publishing them automatically. GitHub Actions, on the other hand, is useful when you need a build step or more control over the deployment process. Select the static HTML workflow. This creates a file that tells GitHub exactly how to build and deploy your site every time you make a change. Leave the file as it is and click Commit Changes. Keep the default commit message, commit to the main branch, and click Commit Changes again. Now, if we go to the Actions tab, we can see the two workflows we've triggered. The first one was triggered when we chose Deploy from Branch, and it has already finished. The second one, which is currently running, was triggered when we saved the GitHub Actions workflow. Now, if we go back to the Settings tab, we can see that our site is live, and we can simply click the link to visit it. And there it is, a real website hosted for free on GitHub Pages. Video filtering works, navigation works, everything is running smoothly. And because this is a lightweight static website, it loads lightning fast, which Google absolutely loves. If you want, you can also attach a custom domain to this site. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a separate video on that topic. Now let's make a small change on the homepage to see how easy it is to update the live site. I open index.html, go to the top navigation bar, change Contact to Contact Us, and save the file. I run git status to check what changed, git add to stage the file, then git commit with a message, and finally git push. But here's the catch. Remember the workflow file we created directly on GitHub? That change exists online, but not on my local machine. So when I try to push, Git refuses. The local and remote repositories are out of sync. If we look at the remote repository on GitHub, we can see two commits, the initial commit and the commit that added the static HTML workflow when we enabled GitHub Actions. The clean fix is to run git pull -- rebase. This pulls the changes from GitHub first, then reapplies my local changes on top, keeping the history clean and tidy. Now git push works. And if we go to the Actions tab, we can see that our push has triggered a new deployment. GitHub detects the changes and automatically starts deploying the update. Once the deployment is finished, we can reload the site to see the changes live. And yep, on the homepage, Contact is now Contact Us. And that's it. That's how you can build and deploy a website using AI. If this was helpful, subscribing really helps support the channel. Thanks for watching.